They say a mother's love is supposed to shield her child from the storms of life. But in Madame Rose's story, my dear viewers, can we say the same? Or was her love poisoned by greed? Let's find out. Madame Rose was a well-known name in the city. Her boutique, Rose Couture, stood proudly on the busiest street, filled with dazzling clothes and imported perfumes. People admired her success. They whispered, "Ah, this woman is blessed. She raised herself from nothing, and now look at her empire." But behind the shimmering glass walls of Rose Couture lived a secret only her daughter knew. Cynthia, the only child of Madame Rose, a beautiful young lady, just 19, with a slim frame, bright eyes, and dreams bigger than her mother could imagine. She had just finished secondary school and always told her friends, "I'll study law. I want to defend the voiceless." But to her mother, such dreams were useless. "Lawyer? Lawyer won't put food on this table," Madame Rose would sneer. "Do you know how I built this boutique? Do you know what I sacrificed? You think I'll waste my money on law school when rich men are waiting to spoil you? Cynthia, don't be stupid." Her words pierced Cynthia's heart every time. She wanted to argue, to shout, to tell her mother that she wasn't born to be a toy for men. But she bit her tongue because Madame Rose was not the type to listen. Unknown to the public, Madame Rose's so-called success had a foundation darker than midnight. The boutique was only a cover. Her real money came from selling the attention, the beauty and the innocence of her only daughter. At first, Cynthia resisted. She cried, she pleaded, she even stopped eating at one point, hoping her mother would understand. But Madame Rose was unyielding. "Don't be foolish, Cynthia. What your body can give will build you more than school. All those rich customers that enter my shop, they want more than clothes. They want you. Do you think they will look at me? No, it is you they desire, and you will not waste the opportunities God is sending us." Was it God or greed? My dear viewers, what do you think? Meanwhile, Cynthia had a secret of her own. She was in love. His name was Chike, a young apprentice mechanic who lived 2 streets away. He had kind eyes, a shy smile, and always told her, "Cynthia, one day I'll have my own workshop. Then I'll marry you properly." Their love was innocent, pure, the kind that made Cynthia feel human again, not just her mother's merchandise. But she never dared to tell Madame Rose, for she knew what her mother would say. "Mechanic? Ordinary poor boy? Cynthia, don't disgrace me. If I ever hear that nonsense, I'll skin you alive. You are meant for men of wealth, not that ragged boy." So Cynthia kept Chike a secret, guarding their moments carefully. They met by the riverbank, under the shade of mango trees, whispering promises of a better future. Yet even as they held hands, Cynthia's heart was heavy. How long could she hide him from her mother's sharp eyes? One evening, Madame Rose stormed into Cynthia's room, her eyes blazing. "Tomorrow you'll follow Chief Aide to his hotel. He has been eyeing you for months. Do you know how much he's paying? 200,000! In one night, Cynthia, one night." Cynthia froze. Her heart pounded against her chest. Chief Aide? The man was older than her father would have been. A married man with a stomach round like a pot. "Mama, please." "I can't. I don't want to." But Madame Rose slapped her across the face. "Don't you dare! Do you think I'm raising you for charity? From now on you will obey me. If not, forget about eating in this house. Tomorrow you will go." Tears blurred Cynthia's vision as she curled up on her bed. Somewhere deep inside, she whispered a prayer. "God, please help me. I don't want this life." The next morning, Cynthia slipped out of the house, running straight to Cheek's workshop. She found him bent over an old car, grease staining his hands. "Cheek," she gasped, tears streaming. "Mama wants to sell me to Chief Aide. I can't take it anymore." Please tell me what to do." Cheeky dropped his spanner and pulled her close, wiping her tears with his dirty fingers. "Cynthia, I'll protect you. I may not be rich, but my heart is yours. We'll find a way out. Don't give up." But just then a shadow fell across them. Cynthia looked up and her heart stopped. Standing there was Madame Rose, arms crossed, her face a storm. "So this is where you've been hiding," she hissed. "With this lowlife?" Cynthia trembled. Cheeky stood his ground. "Madame Rose, I love your daughter. I want to marry her. Please don't." But Madame Rose's laughter cut him short. A bitter, mocking laugh. "You marry Cynthia? Mechanic boy, can you even feed yourself? Get out of my sight before I destroy you." She dragged Cynthia away like a prisoner. As they walked home, Rose's grip dug into her daughter's skin. "You dare shame me with that pauper? Cynthia, if you ever see him again, I swear you'll regret being born." Cynthia's heart bled that day. She realized her love was under attack. Her dreams were in chains, and her own mother was the jailer. But little did she know, the darkest storm was still ahead. That night, Cynthia lay awake, her cheek still burning from her mother's slap. She thought of Cheek, of his words. "I'll protect you. Don't give up." But how could he protect her from her own mother? The next day, Madame Rose dressed Cynthia in a glittering gown, sprayed her with perfume, and pushed her into a waiting car. "Chief Aide is expecting you. Smile and don't be stupid. Do you hear me?" Cynthia's tears fell silently as the car drove her to the hotel. She felt like a lamb being led to slaughter. Chief Aide welcomed her with a wide grin, his gold chains clinking as he pulled her close. "Ah, Rose has done well. You're even finer than I imagined. Tonight will be sweet." Cynthia's stomach churned. She wanted to run, but her mother's threats echoed in her ears. Hours later, when she returned home with money in her purse, Madame Rose hugged her tightly. "My daughter, you see? Money flows when you listen to me. We will be rich, Cynthia, rich." But Cynthia didn't feel rich. She felt empty. Days turned into weeks. More men came. Some were young, others old, but all left money behind. Madame Rose grew fatter, her boutique expanded, and people envied her success. But Cynthia was dying inside. And then fate brought a twist. One evening, as Cynthia was serving drinks at the boutique, a sleek black SUV pulled up. Out stepped a tall, wealthy-looking man in his 50s. His presence was commanding, his smile unsettling. He ordered clothes worth hundreds of thousands without blinking. But his eyes never left Cynthia. "My name is Mr. Desmond," he said smoothly. "Rose, your daughter is exquisite. I want her. Name your price." Cynthia's heart skipped. Something about him felt different, darker. His eyes seemed to pierce into her soul. She shivered. Madame Rose's face lit up with greed. "Anything for you, sir." "Cynthia will take care of you tonight." "No," Cynthia blurted out before she could stop herself. "Mama, please. I don't feel right about him. There's something wrong. Don't send me to him." Rose's eyes turned cold. "Shut up, Cynthia. Do you know who this man is? He's rich beyond imagination. He could change our lives forever. Don't you dare ruin this for me." Cynthia's body trembled. She remembered the unease in her spirit, the way his eyes glowed like a predator. She begged, "Mama, please let this one go. I beg you." But Madame Rose slapped her again. "You will follow him. And that is final." Cynthia's tears flowed freely. She thought of Cheeky, of the future she once dreamed of the law school she might never see. And as she was pushed toward Mr. Desmond's waiting car, she realized her battle had only just begun. Mr. Desmond's black SUV waited like a beast at the curb, its tinted windows hiding secrets too dark to imagine. Cynthia clung to the boutique's counter, her nails digging into the wood. "Mama, please," she whispered one last time. "Don't do this to me." But Madame Rose's eyes glittered with greed. "Don't be stupid, Cynthia. Do you know who this man is? He owns estates in Lagos, mansions abroad. If he takes you, our lives are set. Do you want to waste time with that mechanic when a billionaire is begging for you?" "Get in that car!" Cynthia's throat tightened. Her mother's words stabbed deep, but her spirit screamed louder. "Something is wrong with this man. Run." Desmond's lips curved into a thin smile as he extended his hand. "Come, Cynthia. Don't be shy. I'll take care of you." His voice was velvet, but beneath it lurked something chilling. Cynthia stepped back. "No, I can't." For the first time, Madame Rose's mask cracked in public. She grabbed Cynthia by the arm and hissed, "You ungrateful brat. If you ruin this for me, I swear you will regret it." But Cynthia yanked free, bolting out of the boutique. She ran and ran until her feet carried her to the only safe place she knew, Cheek's workshop. He looked up in shock as she stumbled in, gasping for breath, her face wet with tears. "Cynthia, what happened?" She collapsed into his arms. "Mama, she wants to sell me to a man. Cheeky, I can't. I feel death in him." Cheeky clenched his fists, his jaw hard. "Enough is enough. I can't watch you suffer anymore. We'll go away. Even if we have nothing, we'll survive together. Cynthia, marry me. Let's leave this city." Her heart leapt, but fear held her back. "Jake, how? You don't even have money for yourself. Mama will hunt us down. I don't want to destroy your life too." Cheeky cupped her face. "Listen to me. I may not have riches, but I have love. And love is stronger than all your mother's gold. Trust me, Cynthia. Trust us." But before Cynthia could answer, a shadow loomed at the door. Madame Rose. Her voice was cold as steel. "So it's true. You've chosen this boy over me? Over wealth? Cynthia, you are no daughter of mine." She stormed forward, dragging Cynthia away while Cheek tried to intervene. Madame Rose shoved him so hard he fell against his toolbox. "If you ever come near her again, you'll regret it." That night, Cynthia lay in her room, her wrists aching from her mother's grip. She stared at the ceiling, replaying Cheek's words. Love is stronger than gold. But could love protect her from Mr. Desmond? Could love protect her from her own mother? Little did she know, Desmond wasn't a man who liked being refused. In the quiet darkness, he sat in his mansion, lighting a cigar, his eyes narrowing. "No woman says no to me," he murmured. "Rose will deliver her. Or I'll take her myself." The following week, Cynthia's life turned into a prison. Madame Rose locked her inside the house, only letting her out when it was time to entertain customers she approved of. "Forget that foolish mechanic," Rose sneered one afternoon. "Desmond is the future. He called me yesterday. He's doubling his offer. Cynthia, we are going to be rich beyond your imagination." Cynthia's stomach nodded. "Mama, can't you see? He's not normal. There's evil in him. Why won't you listen to me?" But Madame Rose slapped her again. "Shut up. Do you think I suffered all these years for you to come and spoil things? You will go to him whether you like it or not." Meanwhile, Cheeky was restless. He couldn't work, couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw Cynthia's face, broken and afraid. One evening, he went to the house, but Madame Rose barred him at the gate. "Leave her alone," she barked. "You think love will feed her? You think love will buy her clothes? Mechanic, stay in your gutter and stop dreaming." But Cheek shouted back, "One day, madam, your greed will destroy you. And when it does, I'll still be here for Cynthia. Because love doesn't die." His words echoed in Rose's ears long after he left. But instead of piercing her conscience, they only hardened her resolve. That same night, Mr. Desmond visited. His car purred to a stop outside, and his tall figure entered like a king surveying his kingdom. He carried no smile this time. His eyes burned with something darker. "Rose," he said, his voice deep and dangerous. "I have waited long enough. Where is she?" Cynthia shrank back into the corner, trembling. Madame Rose forced a smile. "Desmond, please, she's still young. Give me a little more time. She will come around." But Desmond's hand slammed onto the glass table, shattering it. Rose jumped. Cynthia let out a scream. "You think I play games?" Desmond growled. "Every girl I choose must come willingly. You have 1 week, Rose. 1 week to deliver her, or you and your precious boutique will pay the price." With that, he stormed out, leaving the house heavy with fear. For the first time in her life, Madame Rose trembled. She sank into a chair, sweating. Cynthia stared at her mother, a bitter question on her lips. "Mama, are you happy now? Your greed has invited the devil into our lives. What will you do when he comes for me?" But Rose had no answer. That night, as Cynthia lay in bed, she whispered into the darkness, "Cheek, I need you. Only your love can save me now." And far away, in his tiny room, Cheeky was wide awake, vowing silently, "Cynthia, I won't let them take you, even if it costs me everything." The week passed like a death sentence. Cynthia lived in fear, her body trembling whenever a car passed by the gate. Madame Rose, once arrogant, now moved like a woman haunted. Her boutique still attracted customers, but at night she sat awake, wringing her hands, waiting for Desmond's call. On the 6th day, the call came. "Rose," Desmond's deep voice rumbled over the phone. "I'm coming tomorrow. Be ready, I don't want excuses. Deliver her." Rose's knees weakened. She hung up, staring at Cynthia, who sat silently in the corner. For once there was no anger in her eyes, only fear. "Mama," Cynthia said softly, "please don't do this. If you send me to him, you may never see me again." Rose swallowed hard, but greed clouded her thoughts. "Cynthia, do you know what it means to be Desmond's woman? Money, power, luxury. You'll thank me later." Cynthia laughed bitterly through her tears. "Mama, can't you see? He doesn't want me for love. He wants me for something evil. You are sacrificing me for money." But Rose turned away, refusing to hear. That night, Cynthia sneaked out of the house and ran to Cheeky. She found him sitting outside his workshop, staring at the stars. "Cheek," she whispered, falling into his arms. "Tomorrow he's coming for me. I don't think I'll survive it. Please don't let him take me." Cheek's jaw tightened. "He won't. I'll fight for you, Cynthia. I may be poor, but I won't let evil win. Tomorrow when he comes, I'll be there." Cynthia clung to him, her heart torn between fear and love. But as dawn approached, she slipped back home before her mother woke. The next day came too quickly. By evening, the sound of Desmond's SUV filled the street like a drum of doom. Madame Rose dressed Cynthia in red silk, her face pale but determined. "Smile," Rose whispered, though her own lips trembled. "Remember, this is for our future." But as Desmond entered the living room, Cynthia froze. His eyes glowed strangely in the dim light, his smile sharp as a blade. He carried a small black box in his hand. "Good," he said, his voice smooth but dangerous. "You're ready." Cynthia's spirit screamed. She wanted to run, but Desmond's gaze pinned her in place. Then, as he reached for her hand, the front door burst open. Cheeky, covered in grease and sweat, but with fire in his eyes, he stood tall. "Leave her alone," he shouted. Desmond's smile vanished. "And who are you?" Cheeky stepped forward, fists clenched. "I'm the man who loves her. You won't take her, Rose gasped. Cheek, what are you doing here? Leave before you get yourself killed. But Cynthia's heart soared. For the first time, someone was fighting for her. Desmond chuckled darkly. Love? Do you think love can save her? Foolish boy. Do you even know what you're challenging? He opened the black box, revealing strange beads and a dagger with markings. The air grew heavy. The lights flickered. Cynthia screamed. Chike, run! He's not ordinary! But Cheeky planted his feet. I don't care if he's devil or man. I won't let him take you. And in that moment, the true battle began. Desmond's laughter echoed like thunder. So be it, he hissed, lifting the dagger. She will be mine tonight, and your blood will seal it. Cynthia clung to Cheek's arm, shaking. Madame Rose, trembling in the corner, finally saw the monster she had invited into her home. Desmond, wait, Rose stammered. This wasn't the deal. Silence. Desmond roared, his eyes glowing. Your greed delivered her to me, and now you too shall pay. Cynthia cried out, Mama, help me! For the first time, Madame Rose's heart cracked. She saw not money, not opportunity, but her daughter, her only child, about to be destroyed. Tears filled her eyes. God, what have I done? Cheeky charged forward, tackling Desmond. The dagger clattered across the floor. Desmond fought with unnatural strength, tossing Chica like a rag. But Cheek rose again, blood on his lips. You'll have to kill me first. Cynthia grabbed the dagger, her hands trembling. Stay away from him, she screamed, pointing it at Desmond. The man sneered. Do you think you can stop me, little girl? I have sacrificed many before you. You are just another name on my list. But then Madame Rose fell to her knees, weeping. Please spare her. Take me instead. She is my only child. Don't harm her. For once, Desmond hesitated. His eyes narrowed. You offer yourself? Rose nodded, sobbing. Yes. I will pay the price. Just leave Cynthia. Desmond's grin widened. Very well. He reached for Rose. But before his hand could touch her, Cynthia screamed, leapt forward, and plunged the dagger into his chest. The room shook. Desmond let out an inhuman howl, black smoke pouring from his body. His eyes burned, then dimmed. Within moments, his form crumbled to ash, scattering into nothingness. Silence fell. Cynthia collapsed, the dagger clattering beside her. Cheeky rushed to her side, holding her tightly. It's over. You're safe now. But Madame Rose lay on the floor, her sobs choking her. What have I done? My greed almost destroyed you. Cynthia, can you ever forgive me? Cynthia turned her tear-streaked face toward her mother. Her voice was soft but firm. Mama, I can never forget. Your greed almost cost me my life, but you're still my mother. Change before it's too late. Rose wailed, covering her face. The boutique, the wealth, the fake glory. It all meant nothing now. Weeks later, Rose's name was disgraced. Word spread of her dealings, and her boutique closed down. She lived in shame, abandoned by friends who once praised her. But Cynthia found a new beginning. With Cheeky by her side, she pursued her dream of becoming a lawyer. Their love, though born in struggle, grew stronger every day. And as for Madame Rose, she lived with the memory of Desmond's fall, a daily reminder that greed is a fire that consumes not just wealth, but the soul. My dear viewers, what lesson will you take from Madame Rose's story? That money without conscience is a curse? That a mother's greed can destroy her child? Or that true love, though poor, is stronger than all the gold in the world? The choice is yours.